In our last investigation, we published the Mechanics Blacklist. 8 RV brands that independent service technicians across the country have quietly stopped recommending. The comments section responded with over 12,000 messages asking the same question. If all of those brands are compromised, what is actually left? Today, we are answering that. We contacted 23 independent RV mechanics in 14 states. Not dealership employees, not brand ambassadors, technicians who repair these machines after the warranty expires and the dealer stops returning your calls. We asked each of them one question. If your daughter was buying her first RV tomorrow, which 5 brands would you tell her to avoid, and which 5 would you tell her to buy instead? The answers were remarkably consistent. 2 corporations control over 80% of what sits on American dealer lots. Thor Industries and Forest River own more than 30 badge names between them. When 2 companies make that many decisions about materials, labor rates, and production speed, the cost-cutting flows downward to every badge on every lot. Here are the 5 to stop buying and the 5 to buy instead. 1. Post-acquisition Jayco, the legacy badge on a Thor product. Jayco built its reputation on Amish craftsmanship and family ownership. Thor Industries acquired the company in 2016. Since the acquisition, independent mechanics have documented a consistent decline in material quality. The cabinetry shifted from solid wood to wrapped particle board. The plumbing fittings changed from brass to plastic. The wiring harnesses show the same patterns of staples driven through insulation found across every Thor subsidiary. The badge still says Jayco. The product says Thor. Mechanics are not telling you to avoid Jayco entirely. They are telling you to avoid anything built after the acquisition date. A Jayco Eagle built before 2016 is a fundamentally different machine than the one carrying the same name on a dealer lot today. If Jayco is a brand that lost its quality through acquisition, Keystone is a brand that never had it to begin with. 2. Keystone RV, the delamination factory. Keystone uses laminated wall construction with a thin fiberglass skin bonded to Luan plywood using water-soluble adhesive. The moment a roof seal fails, and every roof seal eventually fails, water dissolves the bond. The wood rots. Bubbles form on the exterior wall. The structural integrity of the vehicle is gone. No dealership will accept a delaminated unit as a trade-in. No informed buyer will pay full value for one. This is not a manufacturing defect. It is a material choice. Keystone knows that Luan plywood costs less than marine-grade alternatives. They chose the cheaper option. Keystone fails because of the adhesive that holds the walls together. Forest River fails because of the hands that put those walls together. 3. Forest River Cherokee and Salem, piece rate negligence. Forest River pays assembly workers by the unit, not by the hour. The only metric that affects their paycheck is speed. The results are documented and repeatable. Owners report finding construction debris sealed inside wall cavities. Electrical wires stapled directly through insulation. Plumbing lines kinked because the installer did not take 60 seconds to route them properly. When you buy a Forest River Cherokee or Salem, you are buying a product assembled as fast as humanly possible by workers who are financially penalized for being careful. Forest River cuts corners on labor. Winnebago cuts corners on materials. Different method, same result, sitting in your driveway 2 years from now. 4. Modern Winnebago towables, the compressed sawdust interior. Winnebago's legacy as a motorhome manufacturer is real. Their modern towable division is a different story. The travel trailers use particle board cabinetry. It is compressed sawdust covered in a paper laminate that resembles wood grain on the showroom floor and resembles disintegration within 2 years of ownership. Temperature swings of 60 degrees between night and day. humidity that spikes when cooking or sleeping, the laminate peels, the doors swell, the shelves sag. Winnebago's engineers understand this completely. They built them this way because real plywood costs more, and particle board holds together just long enough to clear the warranty period. Winnebago charges a mid-range price for entry-level materials. Airstream takes that equation to its extreme. It is premium pricing with the same compromises hiding behind an iconic shell. 5. Modern Airstream, status symbol pricing, mass market quality. Airstream charges more than $150,000 for a travel trailer. Since Thor Industries acquired the brand, owners have documented leaking rivets, water-damaged subfloors, and appliance failures that would be unacceptable in units costing a fifth of the price. The aluminum shell is genuine and genuinely beautiful. It is also a material that expands and contracts with heat. If the rivets are not installed with the precision that the price demands, they will leak. Buying a modern Airstream is not buying superior engineering. It is buying a historical reputation that Thor Industries is monetizing while it lasts. The 5 to buy instead. Every brand on this list survived because it never entered the Thor and Forest River system. They stayed small, stayed independent, or were built so well before the acquisitions that their track record is beyond dispute. We are ordering them from the most accessible price point to the highest investment, so you know exactly where you fit. 1. Before 2020, Tiffin Motorhomes, the last of the founder era. Starting price on the used market is $25,000 to $45,000 for a well-maintained Allegro or Phaeton. Bob Tiffin ran his company in Red Bay, Alabama, the way the best family manufacturers operated before private equity discovered this industry. He answered the phone personally. He authorized warranty repairs on units that were out of warranty because his name was on the side of the bus, and he considered that a permanent obligation. The chassis rails were heavier than industry standard. The cabinetry used real wood. Thor Industries acquired Tiffin in December 2020. That acquisition date is the dividing line. Find a unit from 2018 or 2019. It has already absorbed its depreciation hit. The quality that earned the reputation is still inside it. If Tiffin represents the best of what American RV manufacturing used to be, Northwood represents the best of what it still is. 2. Northwood Manufacturing, the Aluminum Fortress. Price range $35,000 to $60,000 new. Northwood builds the Arctic Fox and Nash lines in La Grande, Oregon, and has never been acquired. The frame is welded aluminum. The walls use aluminum skin over aluminum framing, a system that does not care about moisture because there is no organic material inside the wall cavity to rot. 4-season insulation is standard, not an upgrade. Northwood builds for the buyer who intends to use the unit in February in Montana, not just in July in Florida. When a manufacturer builds for the hardest conditions as the default, everything else becomes easier. That philosophy is still intact because it has never answered to a private equity board. Northwood builds for extreme weather with aluminum. Lance builds for extreme durability with composite. Different engineering, same refusal to compromise. 3. Lance Campers, the truck camper that crossed over. Price range $30,000 to $70,000 new. Lance has been building truck campers and travel trailers in Lancaster, California since 1965 and remains independently owned. The construction uses a fully welded aluminum frame with composite exterior panels that do not delaminate. The electrical systems are built on automotive-grade wiring harnesses rather than the residential-grade wiring that causes fire hazards in mass-produced RVs. Lance units are smaller than what most people see on dealer lots, and that is the point. A 20-foot Lance travel trailer built to last 20 years is a better investment than a 35-foot unit from a Thor subsidiary that will need its first major structural repair before the loan is paid off. Lance proves that a smaller footprint built correctly outlasts a larger footprint built cheaply. Oliver proves that a higher price paid once outlasts a lower price paid twice. 4. Oliver Travel Trailers, the double hull standard. Price range $60,000 to $80,000 new. Oliver is still family owned and still builds every unit in Hohenwald, Tennessee. The shell is 2 complete layers of fiberglass bonded together with structural foam in between. There are no Luan plywood walls to rot. There are no laminated panels to delaminate. Water cannot penetrate the structure because there is no wood behind the fiberglass waiting to absorb moisture and collapse. Critics will say the price is high. They are right. Oliver starts above $60,000. But owners who pay that price report driving the same unit for 15 and 20 years with nothing but routine maintenance. The most expensive RV you can buy is the one you have to replace. Oliver understood that before most buyers did. Oliver builds a shell that lasts 2 decades. Bigfoot builds a shell that has already lasted 5. Bigfoot Industries, fiberglass that outlives its owners. Price range $40,000 to $70,000 new, $15,000 to $30,000 pre-owned. Bigfoot has been building one-piece fiberglass travel trailers in Armstrong, British Columbia since 1969 and has never been acquired. The shell is molded in a single continuous piece. No seams, no joints where road vibration can open a gap for water to enter. No rubber roof membrane to crack, shrink, or blow off in a wind gust. Units from the 1970s are still on the road, not as collector pieces, but as working machines that their owners use because there is no compelling financial reason to replace them. When a manufacturer builds a product that its customers never have a reason to replace, it is doing the opposite of what every publicly traded company is designed to do. Bigfoot has been doing that for over 50 years, from a factory in British Columbia that answers to nobody but its customers. Every brand on the avoid list has one thing in common. It was either acquired by a publicly traded conglomerate or it adopted the same cost-cutting material choices that the conglomerates use to hit their quarterly margin targets. Every brand on the buy list has one thing in common. It remained independent, or it was built during an era when independence still defined the product. The avoid list fails in 5 different ways. Jayco fails through acquisition, Keystone fails through adhesive, Forest River fails through labor incentives, Winnebago fails through material substitution, Airstream fails through price inflation without quality to match. But the root cause is the same. Production decisions made to satisfy shareholders instead of the owner standing in the service bay 3 years from now. Inspect the frame before you look at the floor plan. Check the acquisition date before you trust the badge. Pay a certified NRVIA inspector $300 to $500 before you sign anything. The inspection might kill the deal. That is the point. If this investigation gave you a clearer map of where the quality actually lives in 2026, subscribe to this channel. We publish forensic audits every week into the engineering failures and financial traps that the industry prefers you discover only after you have already committed.